Imagine being a prisoner in the cell which you yourself own. I know this sounds strange, but this is the state in which most of the society is in right now. We think we are free and we think that we are making free choices, but this is not true. We are stuck. We are a pawns in a game which we do not yet understand. Today, let us dive deep into the ancient Advaita Vedanta to understand the true nature of freedom. And by the end of this video, you will understand the nature of freedom and how to attain absolute freedom. The Adhvaitha channel is about consciousness and conscious creation. Here we explore Vedanta and various other spiritual teachings from ancient India to understand this reality and to consciously create a life of holistic abundance and fulfillment. Swami Vivekananda once said, "All nature through all atoms is crying for one thing, and that is freedom." All our struggle is for freedom. Just think about it deeply. All any of us need is freedom. We seek this freedom in different ways. Some of us call this financial freedom, some of us call this emotional freedom, some of us call this physical freedom, and some of us are looking for a deeper spiritual freedom. But all of us are, in fact, looking for freedom. So let us go deep here to understand the nature of this freedom and how to actually attain this. Let us look at this example. An alcoholic thinks that he is freely making a choice of drinking every single day. He thinks he is free because nobody is forcing him to do anything. He thinks that he is making a free choice of drinking. But is it actually true? Now look at your own life. What are the choices that you are making unconsciously? Most of us think we are actually free, but we spend so much of time unconsciously scrolling through social media, being distracted, and engaging in various activities that ultimately do not serve us. We are doing all this unconsciously. This means that we are not actually free. We are imprisoned by something that is invisible to us, by something which is subtle. This is why it is difficult for us to understand that we are imprisoned and we are enslaved. And if we go into these ancient scriptures to find the answer to what is holding us back and to what has imprisoned us, the answer that we will come to is karma. Now, karma is a very deep topic, and we had made a video on karma previously, so you can check that out after this video. But karma is basically the memory that we hold. Each of us have tremendous amount of memory which has given rise to our current personality. Our karma has given rise to the personality that we have right now, the default personality that we are born with. And this personality is nothing but a bundle of thoughts, feelings, emotions, belief systems, self view, world view, all put together. And this personality that we have is creating a certain kind of personal reality for us. An alcoholic has a personality that is compatible to being an alcoholic. That is why it is natural to that person. A successful person in whatever area of life has a personality that is compatible for success. He has the right kind of belief systems, thoughts, emotions, worldview, and self view, which has resulted in a certain kind of a personal reality. This is what is important for us to understand. Now, the answer to coming out of our unconscious patterns and to coming out of unconsciousness is to wake up, is to simply be aware of everything, is to detach ourselves from our current personality. Step one is to understand this knowledge, to acknowledge the problem and actually say that I am now unconscious. I am being unconsciously controlled by my tendencies, by my samskaras, vasanas, etc. Once we acknowledge the problem and understand the problem, step two is to wake up. We need to understand the deeper essence of reality. We need to understand what consciousness is and how we are not our personality. Advaita Vedanta clearly states that in our true nature, we are the infinite consciousness, the Satchit Ananda and infinite bliss. This mind, this personality is a temporary identification. Once we disidentify from our current personality, by default we disidentify from all negative habits and tendencies, and we come to a place of stillness. From this space, we can consciously craft a new personality for us and transition our personality in order to transform our reality. And the science of doing this through the fundamental understanding of Vedanta is conscious creation. And we need to master conscious creation to experience holistic abundance, fulfillment, and freedom in our lives. Think about this. Is it actually freedom to do things that we know is bad for us? Freedom is actually discipline. Freedom is about doing what is required in the current situation. Freedom is about doing the right things. Freedom is about conscious living and conscious creation. Unconscious living can never lead to freedom. This is what we must understand. Now let us look at the works of Swami Vivekananda, where he speaks about freedom in a great detail. Wherever there is life, there is this search for freedom, and that freedom is the same as God. Necessarily, this freedom gives us mastery over all nature and is impossible without knowledge. The more we are knowing, the more we are becoming masters of nature. Mastery alone is making us strong, and if there be some being entirely free and master of nature, that being must have a perfect knowledge of nature, must be omnipresent and omniscient. Freedom must go hand in hand with these, and that being alone who has acquired these will be beyond nature. Blessedness, eternal peace arising from perfect freedom is the highest concept of religion underlying all the ideas of God in Vedanta. Absolutely free existence, not bound by anything, no change, no nature, nothing can produce a change in him. This same freedom is in you and in me, and is the only real freedom. God is still, established upon his own majestic, changeless self. You and I try to be one with him, but plant ourselves upon nature, upon the trifles of daily life, on money, fame, human love, and all these changing forms in nature which make for bondage. When nature shines, upon what depends the shining? Upon God, not upon the sun, nor the moon, nor the stars. Wherever anything shines, wherever it is the light in the sun or in our own consciousness, it is He. He shining, all shines after Him. Now, Swami Vivekananda goes on this way in his beautiful lecture, and here basically he is saying that true freedom is only there when we pursue the absolute, when we pursue transient things like love, money, relationships, etc. True freedom can never be attained. True freedom exists if we understand the nature of reality and the nature of our own self. Vivekananda profoundly equates God to freedom here. He is saying God is the one who is truly free because he has complete knowledge of the nature of reality. And once we acquire the complete knowledge of the nature of reality and the nature of self, we can also be free and be one with God. This is Swami Vivekananda's take on freedom. Now, if you want to pursue this further, if you want to understand conscious creation in order to consciously create a life of holistic abundance and fulfillment through the foundational understanding of Vedanta, then check out our free masterclass on conscious creation. The link will be in the description. And if you want to understand consciousness, then we had made a very interesting video on consciousness as the source code of reality. where I talked about how the consciousness can be looked at as the source code and this reality itself as a game. So if you are interested in this, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Subscribe to Adhvaitha to wake up. Shivoham.